Hello students, today we will discuss about conditional statement if else. So as in English, if the meaning of if is for validating certain conditions, so here also Python supports the logical conditions from mathematics. Let's see how is it working. If is a keyword we have to use in the syntax. So let me program for you. I'm writing A is equal to 45 and B is equal to 50. Then I'm writing if A less than B. Then I'm writing print my name is Satyam. So here here what is happening? I have declared A is 45, B is 50, and here it is the conditions I'm writing if A is less than B. Yes, A is less than B. So that means it is the condition. So what Python will do, it will check the if condition. If it is true, then the body of the if condition is print my name is Satya. You can observe one thing. If I will write like this, then it will throw an error. Why it is throwing an error? It is expected an intended block after if statement. That means computer is Python is not able to know whether this print statement is coming under the if or not. So in order to avoid that, what you have to do, you have to give a space. Okay, if I am giving a space, then it is clearly seen this statement is coming under the if. Now get it will give the proper output. Let's see. Here I was saying about indentation. Okay, so that is you have to clearly write where the print statement is coming. It is under the if clause. So then if multiple conditions are will be there, then we have to use elif. If two condition will be there, elif. If more than two conditions, then I will use if elif else. So let's do one program. Suppose I'm saying A is 200, B is 33. If B is greater than A, then I'm writing print statement by giving a space. Okay, print B is greater. If A equal to B, print A and B are equal. Else A is greater than B. So here A is greater than B. That means the first if condition will be false, if condition will be false, then else will be executed. So what will the output? A is greater than B. That means when the condition is true, that statement will get executed. So this print one statement is not getting executed, second print is not getting executed, third print statement is getting executed because third condition is getting true means it is not it is false, so it is not it is false, so it is not executed. So last A is greater than B is executed. So in this way we can apply if else. Now what is short and if? Short and if is another name of uh, short and if is another name of shortcut of if. Suppose in order to achieve this, what is written over here? A is 2, B is 330. Print A if A is greater than B, else print B. So here A is not greater than B, so it will be print B. So the output is B. So in this way, actually these are two statements. If I'll break this, okay, let me do it for you. A equal to 2, B equal to 330. Then you have to write if if A greater than B, print A, then else print B. So So it is getting print b. That means so these can be written in a single line. So you can say it's a shortcut, so you have to remember the shortcut. It is short and if. Otherwise you can apply if clause like this. Simply write the if keyword, then apply the conditions, then write the statements you want to execute. If the state condition will be true, then your statement will get executed. If the condition is not true, that means it's false, then it will go to the else part. Then like this: if, elif, then else. In this way you can apply if, elif and else, which is nothing but conditional statements. You are putting conditions. Okay, so now we'll discuss about nested if. What does it mean? It means many if conditions, or you can say many if blocks are nested with one, with each other. That means one is there inside another one. So let's do a program for this. Here what happens, here you can clearly see there are two if clause. So first I'm declaring x is 41. Then I'm saying if x is greater than 10, print above 10. If x is greater than 20, print above 20. Else print not above 20. So here what is happening? Two if clauses are nested with one, with each other. So this type of conditions also said, also you can say as nested if conditions. Nested if conditions. Nested means it is present अपन वन अपन अनदर, मतलब एक if कंडीशन के अंदर एक और दूसरा if कंडीशन आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो. Then pass statement is another important concept in if condition. What is pass? Pass is if you are declaring a is 33, b is 200, and you are saying if b is greater than a, then pass. That means you are not writing any statement. So what is the pass? If statement cannot be empty, but if for some reason if statement have no content, अगर if में कोई statement है ही नहीं, तो आप pass लिखकर you can skip this step. That means whether this condition pass or fails, whether it is true or false, it will get passed. Okay, no execution will be done. So what will be the output? Nothing will be the outputs. Name pass was not defined. Um, uh, Pass is not defined for this. I think. Wait a minute. PS is okay. So by doing this, you will be able to use pass. So now coming to loops, there are two types of loops. And what is a loop? If Python is executing certain instruction one by one, then it will be a loop. So let's see how loops are working, because loop will be the very much important concepts in any programming language. So for especially Python also, loops play an important role. So let's see first what is while loop. Okay, so again for while loop, I have to use the while keyword. So what I have written here, I have written a is equal to 1 while I less than 6, print I. Then I have written I plus minus plus equal to 1. That means I equal to I plus 1. That means I value will get incremented by 1. Okay, so let's see how what the output is coming. The outputs are coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So simply so let's try to understand what is happening inside the loop. First statement is known as, you can say, while loop. The first statement is, let me write it for you. First statement is initialization. So what did you do? You initialized I as 1. Second, second is the conditions. Second is conditions. Here I have declared the conditions. What is the condition? While while loop. It is the while loop. Okay. So while loop means while I लेस देन 6, जब तक आई का वैल्यू 6 से कम होता रहेगा तब तक ये प्रिंट करेगा, और एक बार प्रिंट करने के बाद इसको ये बढ़ा देगा। सो ये जो हो गया, ये स्टेटमेंट हो गया व्हाइल लूप का। और ईच टाइम व्हाइल लूप एक बार खत्म होने के बाद फिर से ये आकर आई का वैल्यू, आई जो होता है वो काउंटर वेरिएबल होता है, और ये हो गया हमारा इंक्रीमेंट हो गया काउंटर वेरिएबल का, इंक्रीमेंट ऑफ काउंटर वेरिएबल। काउंटर वेरिएबल का मतलब है जो वेरिएबल काउंट को होल्ड करके रखे। अभी आई का वैल्यू वो एक है तो एक प्रिंट हो गया, फिर आई का वैल्यू दो हो जाएगा, फिर दो छः से स्मॉल है तो आई का वैल्यू दो हो गया तो प्रिंट हो जाएगा दो, फिर आई एक बढ़ जाएगा तीन हो जाएगा, तो अगेन तीन भी छः से छोटा है तो इस दौरान ये बढ़ते हुए जाएगा। ये होता है व्हाइल लूप। सो उसके बाद अगर हम ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट कहीं डालते हैं, जैसे कि यहाँ पर हम ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट डाल रहे हैं, तो आप दो चीज़ याद रखिएगा। If you are applying break, that means the loop will get discontinued. That means here, if I will run it, so at 3 it is getting discontinued. 4, 5 is not coming as output. That means for break, the loop gets terminated from that. Okay, so that means from 3 the loop gets terminated. So 4 5 प्रिंट होगा ही नहीं। अगर ब्रेक की जगह हम कंटिन्यू डाल दें, जैसे कि ये वाले स्टेटमेंट पे हम ब्रेक के बाद कंटिन्यू भी यूज कर रहे हैं, तो आपको ब्रेक और कंटिन्यू लूप में याद रखना पड़ेगा। अगर कोई भी लूप में ब्रेक और कंटिन्यू अप्लाई हो रहा है तो ब्रेक अप्लाई होने से जो स्टेप पे ब्रेक अप्लाई हो रहा है वहाँ ये टर्मिनेट हो जाएगा, और जिस स्टेप पे कंटिन्यू अप्लाई अप्लाई कर रहे हैं वो स्कीप हो जाएगा। मतलब देखिए यहाँ पर हम कंटिन्यू अप्लाई कर रहे हैं तो ये वाला स्टेप स्कीप हो जाएगा, स्कीप हो जाएगा। तो देखिए अब क्या हो रहा है, प्रिंट में एक से छः से तो आ रहा है लेकिन तीन नहीं आ रहा है, क्योंकि हम आई इक्वल टू थ्री को कंटिन्यू में डाल दिए। तो आपको दो चीज़ याद रखना पड़ेगा, ब्रेक में क्या होगा, ब्रेक में लूप टर्मिनेट हो जाएगा, कंटिन्यू में वो पर्टिकुलर स्टेप्स स्कीप हो जाएगा। तो दोनों केस में आई इक्वल टू थ्री है, तो ब्रेक ब्रेक केस में क्या हो रहा है, तीन के बाद से कुछ प्रिंट ही नहीं हो रहा है तो तीन से ब्रेक हो जा रहा है तो लूप टर्मिनेट हो गया। यहाँ क्या हो रहा है, यहाँ तीन ही खाली स्किप हो जा रहा है, सो हियर ओनली थ्री इज गेटिंग स्किप्ड। So this is the work of continue. It is a keyword. While is a keyword, if is a keyword, continue is a keyword. Okay, so you have to remember these keywords while writing programs, and you can see also the color of these keywords are coming differently. Then coming to for loops. For loop जो होती है वो while loop के जैसे ही होते हैं. So still let's discuss about for loop. What I have done, I have declared a list. I was discussing that if the square vectors are there, then it's a list. So I've declared a list. I'm trying to print for x in fruits, print x. That means list में जो है सबको print कर दो. तो let's see what's happened. It's getting printed. All are getting printed. Apple, banana, cherries. Okay. So you will also encounter a range function inside for loop. And what does it do? Suppose I'm saying for x in range of 10. For x in range of 10, that means if I'm saying for x in range of 10 and I'm saying print x, so simply it is printing 0 to 9. That means a range function will determine the lower range, upper range. If I'm saying for x in range 10, that means x is starting from 0 to 10. I'm saying in the very next line I'm saying print x, so Python is printing from 0 to 9. So you can see in C, C++, Java, any programming language, applying a for loop, maybe 3 4 lines more means complex, 3 4 lines more than Python. But in Python, you can easily apply for loop in a single line of code. Here you can see I have applied for loop in a single line for x in this range, print x. So that's why I'm saying it is the most easiest language in the world. So now coming to the concept of nested loops, again the nested loops have the same meaning. That means nested for loops means two for loops are nested with each other. So let's see how it works. So here I have declared two lists. Then I'm saying for x in first list and for y in second list, प्रिंट एक्स एंड वाई, दैट मीन्स आपको दो लिस्ट दिया गया है और दोनों में एक दो नेस्टेड फॉर लूप डाल दिए हम। तो फॉर एक्स इन फर्स्ट लिस्ट एंड फॉर वाई इन सेकेंड लिस्ट प्रिंट एक्स वाई, सो इसका मतलब वो सबको प्रिंट कर देगा। और जो फॉर्मेट में हम दिए हैं प्रिंट एक्स कॉमा वाई, तो वो रेड एप्पल, रेड बनाना, रेड चेरी, बिग एप्पल, बिग बनाना, बिग चेरी, टेस्टी एप्पल, टेस्टी बनाना, टेस्टी चेरी। So in this way, it is pairing up and it is giving the output. If I will say print x, then I will close this. In another line, I will also say print y. So let's see what is printing for me. So in this case, it is printing red apple, red banana, red. So like this, x and y, x and y, x and y combination wise, it is happening. It's a loop. So for one x means that means for one time red apple, then red banana. So same thing is happening. That means it is splitting all these combinations across these two lists. So you also can nest three, four, five as much as for loops you want. So the more for loops you will nest, the more complex will be the code. Here I have nested two for loops. Okay. Then the pass statement. As I was saying, for loops cannot be empty. Okay, we are also discussing pass loop in while statement. So it is the same over here also. For loops cannot be empty, but if you for some reason have a for loop with no content, put in the past statement। इसका मतलब है for loop कभी खाली हो ही नहीं सकता। अगर कोई भी रीजन से आप for loop को खाली छोड़ दे रहे हैं तो एक पास लिख दीजिए। इसका मतलब है for loop ब्लैंक रह नहीं सकता, तो हम पास देके उसको छोड़ दे रहे हैं। अदरवाइज यू हैव टू मेंशन, हम लिख दिए फॉर एक्स इन 0 1 2 और उस प्रिंट करो क्या करो, कुछ एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए हम स्टेटमेंट दिए ही नहीं, तो हम पास लिख दिए। इसका मतलब कुछ भी ना करें क्योंकि कुछ स्टेटमेंट दिया गया है नहीं, तो पास का कोई यूज ही नहीं है। कभी कभी यूज भी हो सकता है जिससे आप पास लिखने से कुछ आउटपुट आएगा ही नहीं। तो आई होप in this class I could be able to explain while loop. If I started from if, then I discussed about else, then sort and if, then I discussed about loops. So basically, two loops are playing very much important role in Python: while loop and for loops, and I discussed all by all. So I hope I could be able to discuss clearly. So I would request to do more and more practice, क्योंकि प्रैक्टिस जितना आप नहीं करेंगे प्रोग्रामिंग में उतना ही आपका एक्सपर्टीज बढ़ेगा। आपको समझ तो सब आ जाएगा, लेकिन मतलब ये तो बहुत इजी है, ये तो बहुत इजी है, इफ तो बहुत इजी है, फॉर लूप तो इजी है, लिस्ट तो इजी है, टपल्स इजी है, डेटा स्ट्रक्चर सब तो इजी लगेगा, लेकिन बिना प्रैक्टिस के कुछ होगा नहीं। तो आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट टू हैव ए sincere and serious practice. Thanks for watching. See you in the next class.